Hey there guys, welcome to Mexico, and in this video I'm going to tell you why I train muscles and how I train muscles and the journey that I've been on with this subject. Now, a lot of people who are more intellectual do not really see the point of physical training. You know, they think that their mind is enough, that, or if they're successful in business, that that's enough, and I'm going to tell you that even though I'm quite active intellectually, creatively, also being a musician, and quite successful in business as an entrepreneur, it's all made so much sweeter by being able to be in good health and being able to train muscles and being able to walk down the street really feeling like I'm in control of my body, just like I'm in control of my ideas, just like I'm in control of my financial well-being, the food that I eat, and all of that stuff. So it's been an interest of mine training muscles, since I was a teenager. Actually, was the first time. About 18 years old, my dad joined a gym and convinced me to join too, and it was good. But I didn't get super into it, because during school it was always something that, they were training you on various different fitness things, hoping you were going to enjoy one of them. I played some hockey, I was always into things like riding the bike around, seeing stuff, rollerblading and all that sort of stuff, where you could actually get out and get stimulation from the world while actually doing this sort of exercise stuff. And that was always my thing as far as fitness was concerned, because it combined, stimulation for the mind as well as stimulation for the body, which is a very great combination. Anyway, so I continued on my journey, and slowly but surely I started getting into going to the gym, anyways, fast forward a few years later, I got into bodyweight calisthenics, going into the park where you can do like dips and pull-ups and all that stuff. When I was living in Belgrade, Serbia, it became something that I did. But it wasn't actually something I did properly or consistently. It was more like a little bit of a hobby, or a little bit of a thing. I felt good. Sometimes my muscles were sore, but I was sort of half-assing it, I would feel good just doing it a bit, and I wasn't really like researching it that much. I was basically just going and pulling myself up on the bars and just sort of like, I don't know, experimenting with it, kind of like I did with my other two passions, technology and music. I actually managed to reach quite decent careers in technology and music by just fiddling around with the instruments and pieces of technology. And so I took that approach to the fitness. Fast forward to the year 2020. What a year it was for all of us. And I got locked down in Thailand with this bodyweight fitness expert slash he was building a retreat center. I got locked down for the coronavirus crisis, and for the first time I decided to take personal training lessons on what I should be doing, and somebody to really get me to hit a new level with it. Because I'd gone through lots of periods where I'd been to the gym, got really good at doing the muscle stuff, and got bigger muscles, but then I always let it sort of lapse. I never really motivated myself. I never really, I suppose, made it part of my identity. Never really made it part of like something that I viewed as a long-term key to my happiness, as a routine to keep up. And healthy food had long been a part of that. Food like eating, lots of vegetables, salads, researching the best oils, cheeses, the best ingredients, superfoods, all that stuff had long been a part of my routine, had long been a part of how I made my life good. And the fitness thing, strength training, became sort of like it was coming in and out of my life. But then something else happened a couple years ago. I got into yoga, and that was so socially and physically rewarding that it did become a part of my identity and did become a part of my long-term strategy for feeling good in my body. So I guess that opened the door to, I need to do something for, and like whenever I was in a place that was warm and had a bicycle, you couldn't stop me from just on a nice day jumping on that bike and riding around for hours. It's just part of me, you know, just to see what's up, whiz by the neighborhoods and all that stuff. So yeah, 2020. I'm locked down with Sky in his property in the island of Koh Phangan in Thailand, and basically he showed me the ropes. Actually, he didn't show me the ropes, he showed me, yeah, there was a rope there, but he showed me the rings. And I finally got into this, and since then I've been able to make it a part of my, I bought, as soon as I got back to Serbia from Thailand, I bought my own set of rings, which are these ones here, and since then, which was about, 8 months ago, I've traveled to about 5 or 6 different countries with them, and they travel really well, and I take them with me, and basically all you need is a bar like this, or even a bar like that, like you just throw the straps over the bar and you hang them, and you can do pretty much everything to, keep your upper body really in shape. And so it's become a way of life, About 4 or 5 times a week, I go out and I find a place where to hang the rings. And the 3 things that I focus on is an exercise that involves pulling, like a row or something like that, pulling yourself up. And then an exercise that involves dipping yourself down, like a push-up also counts as that. And you can lower these down to the ground and do sort of push-up on these. The rings really help keep things challenging because they're unstable. And then also an exercise that involves your core and your abdomen, working that stuff. I've always had like these really sort of like strong legs, so I don't really need to focus a lot on that, and then whenever I do the biking, it takes care of that. But yeah, those 3 exercises just keep my physique looking good. And this year I got farther in this like muscle building thing than ever before, and I really feel a difference in what it feels like when I walk down the street. Combine that with the yoga and you're well aligned, you've got strength to do anything, you feel strong, and you feel like a sense of confidence that comes from the fact that you've achieved this, first of all, and that people can see that you care about your health and you're in pretty good shape, to the same sort of standard that people who are like, soldiers are, perhaps, people who are, firemen, police officers, you name it. Just 4 times a week for about half an hour each time can get you to that level. Took me about, 4 to 6 months, and I'm not looking back on this. I'm going to keep it going because it's just been so rewarding. And yeah, it's not the only way you can get there. It's not the only way that you can feel confidence in life. Lots of men feel really confident in their life because they've achieved money, power, wealth, or artistic fulfillment, or whatever it is, intellectual gratification, even though they have massive bellies and serious health problems. But I want to have it all in life. I want to be a creative musician, artist that writes songs that really move people emotionally. I want to make businesses that create a positive win-win-win situation for everybody involved in them and make me wealthy. I want to eat the best food and be able to indulge myself. I want to be able to basically live my best life in as many areas as possible. And I view that this fitness and the sort of mental and physical results that come from it, because it's also a mental result. When you get through a workout, you feel much better afterwards. Always. Always. And so that's pretty much it. Why muscles? Because, well, muscles are something that you build, and muscles allow you to basically eat more food. And I've always had, this beast inside of me that likes to eat a lot of food and indulge myself, and having muscles helps me do that. Having muscles, just gives me more body to fuel, makes less fat on my body and all of that stuff. So I'd highly recommend that you look into bodyweight calisthenics because, you know, you can go into a gym and lift weights there, but for me it's not the same. First of all, the atmosphere of the gym is usually not to my liking somehow. I mean, the types of characters that congregate there are just a lot lower quality than the people who come to these sort of outdoor street workout things. And the people here are looking for real, actual strength, whereas lifting weights, or even worse, using those machines gives you a very artificial strength. And especially those guys who lift outrageous amounts of weight in a really targeted way and that take steroids and end up so huge and stuff like that, and end up so inflexible that they can't even wipe their own asses. I mean, who wants to be that? But you come to any of these street workout places and you see the bodies of the people who are here, and they actually look like you want to look. If you think about it, they're all around fit, and it's a much more natural way to achieve health in the body. So I'd recommend, if you're getting started in fitness, try two things. Try yoga, because it combines the best of cardio, flexibility, and strength training in a general way. And then try calisthenics, where you're lifting your own body weight and doing stuff like push-ups in a more strength-oriented way. And with those two things together, if you stick with it, make it a routine, get some discipline, you will get results, and you're going to feel a lot better, and you're going to feel great. So trust me, I feel better this year than I ever did before in my life, and I'm not looking back on this. I'm going to keep it up. So thanks a lot, guys. I'll catch you later, and you know, let me know what you think in the comments. What's stopping you from doing this? And when you've done stuff like this before in your life, what reward did you get? Catch you later. Greetings from Mexico.